What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of Rebel Talk with JB. Um, how's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Um, Sorry, I'm a bit on the not prepared side today, so bear with me. But I was just going to go over a little bit of Reeltown baseball first. The game with Baldwin County tomorrow has been canceled from according to Facebook, but we had a doubleheader with Central Coosa on March the 4th, which would have been 3 days ago, and we had a 17-3 win and then a 19-2 win. So pretty good, pretty good. We're currently sitting at, according to Max Preps, at an 8-2 overall. Yes, and apparently we're missing the score for the Horseshoe Bend game. I believe we won that game, if I saw it correctly on Facebook. And then we're also missing the score for Beulah. So I believe we're 10-2 overall, I want to say. Yeah, I believe 10-2 overall. Now, there's a game in a couple of weeks I'm definitely looking forward to. I really wish I had the opportunity to go to it. It's all the way in Saraland, Alabama, though, where we take on the 6A Saraland Spartans. But, we definitely ramped up our schedule when it came to baseball. So that's, nothing wrong with ramping up your schedule when it comes to sports, though. Which, as I went over in the last episode, our football has also ramped up our schedule. Now let's go over and check out some Reeltown softball as well. And softball is currently sitting at 1-2 overall. We started on the 27th against Lafayette with a 1-0 victory, missing the score for a Shelby County game, and then we got swept by St. James on March the 4th. And our next game is actually tomorrow at Central of Clay County, which is, I believe it's going to be a tournament. Yeah, it's a tournament game. They're currently sitting at 0-4, so hopefully this is a chance for our softball team to bounce back with a huge W. But anyways, today I was going to go over a review of the 2023 football season. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment. I need to actually share the stream out. That would actually help a lot. How do I share it? I'm over here talking to myself, but yeah, I'm over here talking to myself, thinking out loud, but yeah, I'm definitely not prepared today. I'm gonna be honest. As a overnight worker, I tend to sleep during the day, so I took me a little cat nap, and I just woke up about 20 minutes ago or so. And I wasn't very prepared today. I was gonna have somebody on today. I'm not sure they're gonna be able to come on today, so we'll see. But anyways, let me go ahead and start getting into this 2023 football season. And I'm gonna start at the spring game, and I went to the spring game, and which was on which was sometime in May. I don't remember the exact date, but that was my first chance to check out some of these players. Obviously, I most of our starters I knew, but some of these younger guys that I'd never seen play before, guys like Vontae Smith and Traylon Roberts and Larry Butler. Well, he's a senior this year, but that was really his first opportunity to really start, But it was really cool, to be able to check those guys out and watch them play. And they looked really good in that spring game. They did. Defense was swarming to the ball. Offense, Offense was putting up points. So, I mean, they looked really good in the spring game. And then we started out that first game on Thursday, August the 24th, at home against the Tallahassee Tigers, one of our biggest rivals. And we were able to, and we came out and just absolutely dominated the game. I mean, pushed them around. And, there's always that game where I know that we're about to have a very special season. And I'd say that this was definitely, I'm not going to say this was the game that absolutely confirmed that, but this is a game that I knew we had a very good football team. Now, Tallahassee did not have a great season by any means, but when you compare the fact that it's a 5A school against a 2A school and we're pushing them around, on the football field, and we just look more well-conditioned and more well-prepared, then it's pretty good. And then we followed that up by having an open date. This was originally supposed to be Dadeville, but the game just, I don't know the circumstances behind it, but the Dadeville game just, it didn't happen. So, and then we went on Friday, September the 8th, we went to Lafayette where we picked up a 41-6 victory. Lafayette's always a very good football team, and unfortunately, these next 2 years are going to be the last 2 years we're going to be seeing this game, because Lafayette and Valley High School are actually consolidating into one school. They'll be known as the Chambers County Falcons, and and I hate to see it. And when I tell you that's going to be a basketball powerhouse. And football-wise, I think they're going to be very successful too, because I mean that just the amount of talent between those two schools is, I mean, it's wild. So unfortunately, like I said, these next couple of years are going to be the last 2 years we're going to see Reeltown and Lafayette playing each other. So, but we were able to pick up a 41-6 victory on the road against. I mean, they might not have had the best season, but like I said, Lafayette's always loaded with athletes. Now, this next game, we played at home against Goshen High School, the Goshen Eagles out of Troy, Alabama, I believe. And they had a really good football team last year. They did. We were able to pick up a 43-18 victory, but it was not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. And I can't remember if it was this one or if it was later in the year against Horseshoe Bend. It may have been both. That there was just a ridiculous amount of penalties in the game between the two teams. And I know the Horseshoe Bend game, I know the head coach at Horseshoe Bend actually apologized to Coach Johnson after the game. Because, I mean, it was just a ridiculous amount of penalties and stuff. And, the refs just... I'm not one that likes to complain about referees and stuff, but the refs in the AHSA this year were not up to par, I would say, as they usually are, and it's not their fault. It's because we're having such a hard time finding referees in the Alabama High School Athletic Association that, I mean, a lot of these guys are. You might have guys that don't have as much experience because, I mean, like I said, it's hard to find guys, and a lot of these older refs are starting to either go out or they're moving up to higher levels. I mean, I'm not sure of the exact situation, but anyways, that Goshen win, that was a pretty big win because, like I said, Goshen ended up being a very good football team. We followed that up by going on the road to Barber County. Barber County has not had a ton of success. Now, I mean, they've got some good players, but they haven't had a ton of success. But we ended up picking up a 47-8 victory there. And, I mean, if you notice, there's definitely a theme with all of our games. They've been fairly dominant victories. And that was a theme for the Rebels throughout the year. Most of the year was very dominant victories. Because, I mean, I mean, and all the credit goes to Coach Johnson and the staff, and Coach Smith in the weight room. Getting the guys in the weight room, and we just seem to be more well conditioned than a lot of these other teams, and it really showed late in the year when we had to grind out some wins. Especially in the playoffs. There was definitely some playoff games that it was a grind. So. But yeah, that 47-8 victory over Barber County. Now this next game is probably this I'd say was the game that I knew that there was a good chance we were going to be playing for a state championship. We go on the road to Cleburne County, or Claiborne County. I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly, but they're a 4A school, and and this is their homecoming game too. And we come out and we absolutely destroy them. I mean, 68-3 was the final score. I mean, I heard a story that their coach basically called us a rinky-dinky school in Tallapoosa County called Reeltown. And now this coach, he retired after this year, so I guess I can jokingly say that we forced him into retirement, but no, we didn't force him into. I mean, there were still at least 5 games after that, and he made it to the playoff. But this was a 4A playoff team that us as a 2A school, obviously a 2A school that made it to the state championship. Spoiler alert if you didn't know, we did make it to the state championship game this year. But yeah, 68-3, we absolutely dominated Cleburne County, or Claiborne County. I'm not sure how it's up towards the Anniston area. It's a pretty good trip, probably about 2.5 to 3 hour trip. So, but we follow that up by going on the road to Lynette. Lynette is a team that, as I said in the preview in the last podcast, the preview of the 2024 season, Lynette's going to be a much better team this year. Lynette was not a bad team last year. They just happened to fall into a very tough region. Yes, this was a very tough region we were in. But we did beat Lynette 50-7. But like I said, Lynette was not. They were a lot better than that score would indicate, and they did. I believe they did give us a little bit of trouble early on, but yeah, 50-7. And then the next game, the game I talked about against Horseshoe Bend, we went on the road to Horseshoe Bend. This was our 4th consecutive road game, and we beat Horseshoe Bend 48-6. Like I said, this was a game I believe the refs called a lot of penalties on both sides. So this game actually went on. I don't believe the game was over until like 10 o'clock at night or so. It was a weird circumstance for sure. And then we came back home. We played Luverne. This was our homecoming game. We won the game 40-13. But oh man, that talk about a tough team. Luverne was a very tough team, and they gave us a lot of trouble in that first half. I believe the score was 14-10 at halftime. We ended up pulling away and winning 40-13, but yeah, it was a lot closer than the score would indicate, and Luverne gave us a lot of trouble in the first half. They're all about power football, and they definitely were able to have success on the ground against us early on. And then we followed that up with a home game against Highland Home, our senior night game, which also happened to be the region championship game. Both of us were undefeated coming into this game. Highland Home was 9-0. We were 8-0 as we only played 9 games in the season due to Daveville canceling on us. And then we've had a bye week the following week, at which we would have played a game that week if Zion Chapel had not canceled on us. So we actually had 2 of our non-region games canceled. That's why we ended up playing the Cleburne County game in the middle of the season, because Zion Chapel canceled on us. But we played Highland Home, and we went up 13-0 early. And then they scored a touchdown to make it 13-7. We scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to make it 21-7. and then they scored again to make it 21-14. And I mean, for the rest of the game, our defense was just able to just keep them out of the end zone. And like I said, this was the region championship game, and we were able to pick up a huge victory. But you know, it wasn't an easy game by any means. Like, not an easy game at all. But I mean, obviously, when you get two undefeated teams, I believe they were ranked. They were ranked either number 1 or number 2 in the state at the time as well. When we defeated them, I believe it propelled us to being, I believe, the number 2 team in the state after this game. But then obviously we won the game and won the region, which meant we got to host host at least the first round of the playoffs. Depending on where you fall in the bracket in Alabama High School Athletic Association, there are no bye week first round byes, so we were gonna have to play a first round playoff game, and then so yeah, we were gonna have to play a game first round, and depending on where you fall in the bracket, it depends on how many home games you're gonna be playing. But yeah, 21-14 win over Highland Home. Then we got I believe this bye week came at a really good time, because our first round matchup was against a Wicksburg team that they went 5-6 on the season, including their loss to us. I think they're 5-6. It might have been 6-5, but they were about, like, they lost 3 region games by 1 score, I believe. So they were really 3 scores away from being region champions. So this was a potential 1 seed. We could have been this could have been our quarterfinal opponent, easily. I mean, they were a really good team. Their quarterback, Mason Burkhart, who transferred to Enterprise this year. He'll be at Enterprise this year, but a very good quarterback. They run an offense that confuses you. And we also came out and played a little sloppy early on, which it rained. I believe the field was either wet or it was raining at the time. I didn't get to go to this game, but we did end up picking up a 34-14 victory, but it did not come easy at all. You know, Wicksburg had a really good football team, and you know, we were definitely excited to come out of that, because our second round opponent was Thorsby. That was Friday, November the 17th. I haven't been keeping up with the dates of the games. And Thorsby had started out playing us really tough too. Now, we ended up winning 48-14 in the end, but Thorsby was definitely a really good team too. I mean, once you get in the playoffs, pretty much everybody you play is going to be good. And I honestly, I don't believe we played a bad opponent all year long. You know, now, yes, some were better than others, but I don't believe we had, you know, I mean, Barber County, even them, they won their first game on the field in quite a while. So this is probably the best Barber County team that in a while that we played. And I mean, they did score on us. I mean, we beat them 47-8. So like I said, I don't think we played a bad team all year. I mean, Tallahassee went 1-9, but their only win came against a playoff team. So I mean, they beat Marbury, who made it to the play. Now, they made it to the playoffs because of a coin toss, but they did make it to the playoffs. So, like I said, I don't think we played a bad team all year, at least from a talent perspective. But yeah, Thorsby was a really good team too. We beat them 48-14, and then we made a long trip to Cottonwood, and I did go to this game. It was the first game all year that I'd been able to make. Was it the first game I made? Yeah, because I was going to go to the Highland home game, and then something came up. And then I wasn't able to go to the Tallahassee game. So yeah, I believe Cottonwood was the first game, which I'm gonna do a better job about making games this year. I promise y'all. I'm gonna be at try to be at pretty much every game this year if I can. So depending on my work schedule. But yeah, that trip to Cottonwood, that was a long ride. Cottonwood is down. Basically, the joke is you take about 4 steps and you're in the state of Florida. So yeah, Cottonwood was quite a long ways, and Cottonwood, once again, another very tough team. The Cottonwood was really good. They run an offense that absolutely confuses you. They, their quarterback they snap it to their quarterback, their running back. They ran one play where they motioned everybody across the formation except their tight end, and when he ran his route, he was wide open. I mean, the throw wasn't the best throw, but he caught the pass and ran it in for the touchdown. They went for 2-point conversions, and they converted 2 out of 3 2-point conversions. So, but we ended up winning 41-22, and Arthur and Tay both went off in that game. Which that's not what I'm gonna discuss those players at the end of the review. I'm gonna talk about some of these players that definitely contributed, which I guess I'd be talking about the entire team because the entire team contributed at some point or another this season. That's the thing about it. We have a lot of depth, and we have a lot of great players. We have a lot of great young up-and-coming players too. But yeah, that Cottonwood game, we won 41-22 on the road in a tough environment because they had a crowd. Now their stands were completely packed. So were our stands. That's the thing about the Reeltown community. We travel well no matter where we go. We could probably go play a game out in California and still bring a crowd with us. That's how well this community travels. And if you're not familiar with Reeltown Rebel football, we're in the state of Alabama. We're a little 2A school in Notasulga, Alabama. Well, I say little 2A school. We're among one of the biggest 2A schools in the state. But yeah, man, we travel well. We're a very tight-knit community, I'd say, and definitely great to be a part of that community. But Reeltown, 41-22 win over Cottonwood. I remember we went for 2 the entire game until we scored that last touchdown to go up. I believe it was 40-14 at that point, and Gaines Tapley kicks the ball, kicks the extra point, and he kicks it over the field house, and it goes in the woods behind the field. So that was awesome. He kicked the mess out of that ball, let me tell you. And then we had a very tough game, very tough physical game at BB Comer in Sylacauga the next week. I got sick, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to go to the game with my dad and uncle. But they went to the game, and oh man, you talk about a ball game. It was one of the best high school football games I've ever seen. Just physical game. I watched it on the NFHS network. We held their running back, Kamori Harris, who, by the way, is 6'1", 240 pounds, I believe. And we managed to hold him to 81 yards on 20 carries. So our defense did a very good job shutting him down. But we won 31-28 off of we kicked a field goal. We kicked a field goal for the first time all year. This is the first field goal we've attempted all year long. And it's a 24-yarder. And Gaines Tapley kicks the ball, and it goes off the upright and bounces through the post, and we win the game 31-28 off of a field goal. But I could go into depth about this game. This is a game I've rewatched the game like 3 or 4 times. It was a great moment to be a Reeltown Rebel for sure. But like in the fourth quarter, both teams you can tell both teams are worn out. Both teams are beat up from just repeatedly hitting each other. And we just happened to have we just happened to have we caught that second wind thanks to Arthur at this point. He had carried the ball a lot, and he kind of got hurt a little bit, which he was dealing with injuries already. I'm not sure how long he was dealing with them, but he was dealing with them throughout the year, I believe. And we were able to bring Traylon Roberts in. He's only a freshman, and he's able to take us downfield. Arthur's able to punch in a touchdown to tie it up at 28. We couldn't get the 2-point conversion. BB Comer gets the ball. They got a pretty good drive going, and then they try a pass on 4th down and 4, and Tay Martin is able to tip the ball away, and we're able to get the ball back. And at this point, we're throwing the ball. I mean, Jake Hornsby's putting on the money pretty much every throw. And Tay Martin makes an amazing catch. I know Finn Henderson made a catch on the drive. Demetrius Brown made a catch on the drive. But Arthur made the catch and went down with 1 second left. And then we're able to kick that 1 second left, and we're able to kick the field goal. And it takes us to the state championship game, because this was the semifinals. That takes us to the state championship game. And unfortunately, it says it's in Auburn, but it was actually in Tuscaloosa on Friday, December the 7th. And unfortunately, we came up short in the state championship game, but that's not for a lack of trying. We fought our tails off in that state championship game. I mean, you could tell early on Fife wasn't used to getting hit in the mouth like we were hitting him in the mouth. But now they adjusted, and that's not Fife adjusted like all great teams do. But Fife definitely wasn't expecting what we came out and did. But it just. Unfortunately, we could not stop Logan Anderson. I believe he ran for around 230 yards and 4 touchdowns, I believe, is what he ran for. And, but they also had a trouble stopping our run game as well. Because, I mean, all 3 of our backs averaged, Tay Martin, Traylon Roberts, and Arthur Woods, all 3 of them averaged at least 5 yards a carry, I know. And we scored 4 touchdowns. We couldn't convert on any of our 2-point conversions, but we ended up going down 43-24. But let me tell you, it was not for a lack of trying, and I couldn't be more proud of those guys out there. They fought and fought and fought until the very end. And even at the very end, we were still trying to put that ball in the end zone. So, And let me tell you, you want to talk about leadership. Jake Hornsby, our quarterback, he was a senior, so we're going to miss him. But he demonstrated a lot of leadership in that game, especially at the end there. And he threw the ball very well. We ran the ball very well. Our offense played great. Defensively, we had our struggles, but we were able to force Fife to punt a couple of times, whereas we didn't punt a single time in that game. So that I consider that small victories for our defense right there, to force them to punt a couple of times, and our offense did not punt one time. And that's unusual to lose a game where you don't punt a single time, but sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. But yeah, like when I tell you that we got a special season coming up this year, I'm thinking we're gonna be right back in the state championship game, I believe. But we've got a very special season coming, and let me tell you that it's not over. It is not over for us, because this team is special. They're a brotherhood, and when I tell you we're going to be right back in the state championship game this year, I believe. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, because it's not. There are no guarantees when it comes to the sport of football. But I think we got a good shot of doing it. Obviously, we got a tough road ahead of us. Cottonwood, Highland Home, Goshen, all those teams they're Clark County. They're all going to be very good football teams. But I believe that we'll be back in which I believe the state championship game will be in Birmingham this year. So I'm hoping that in December I'm going to be making a trip to Protective Stadium in Birmingham to watch the Reeltown Rebels hoist that blue map. And I believe I'm going to be able to get my special guest on here shortly. You said put the phone right here next to the mic, John? Mm-hmm. All right. Like right there. All right. And I apologize if I've been kind of loud, guys. I've got the mic turned up because in case I was doing a call, that it was kind of hard to hear Coach Smith last time. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear my guests this time. And I'm about to put him on right now.
Hello?
Yo, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good.
All right, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
My name's Connor Spain.
And
from Reeltown, Alabama.
Yes, sir. What position did you play on the team?
I was the kick returner and the starting wide receiver.
Yes, sir. He put special teams first. Notice that. He put special teams. That's a very big part of the sport of football too.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I wanted to have you on and ask you a few questions and get some insight on the Reeltown program.
That's fine.
All right. Well, I wanted to start by asking, what would you say your favorite moment as a Reeltown Rebel in your career was?
100% the practices.
Oh,
just being together as a team and making new friends and making a family and getting closer with the guys and the coaches. Definitely them practices.
Hey, practice is important. I've never heard anybody say they love practice, but practice is where it all starts. So I commend you there. So you mentioned to me the other day you was considering walking on at Jacksonville State.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll have to call them back, but yeah. So I'd say Jacksonville State's a really good school, and they got a pretty good football program. So, hey, I say go for it.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, you told me you were on the team that went to state in 2019 as well, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How was that experience to be in front of in a stadium like Jordan-Hare?
It felt good. Even though I was young, I didn't get much playing time, but I feel like I was a big part of helping the team get there because I was on the scout team, making the starting offense and defense better as players, and helping them when it comes to playing against the other teams. So I mean, we did it just like the other teams did. So I feel like it helped them a lot, and the environment was amazing being there. Just being there for a big crowd in the state championship with an amazing team, it felt great.
So were you doing wide receiver on the scout team, or were you kind of moving all over the place, or?
I really did all over the place, just anything that helped the team get better and have a better chance at winning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wherever coach needed me.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. So I've heard from listening to the games on the radio and stuff that you run a 4.45 40. Is that correct?
My senior year, I ended up running a 4.33.
Goodness. he, Let me tell you, guys, he flies now. I remember that screen pass you caught against Trinity, where I think you caught the screen and then you kind of had to reverse a little bit, and you were just gone. You were gone. They couldn't catch you.
Yeah.
Man.
It felt great. That was my first varsity touchdown. It felt amazing.
Oh yeah, cause I remember like we had started getting you in the games more, and then you scored your first varsity touchdown. Of course, you ended up being our go-to wide receiver for the rest of that year, and then 2022 as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you, guy. I watched him. I remember going to the Thorsby game, the first round matchup against Thorsby, and I think you caught, I want to say 2 touchdowns in that game. I want to say 2. It might have been 3.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, I remember there was one where Jake kind of just he was getting his head taken off right as he tosses the ball up, and you just happened to be right there in front of the defensive back, and you just caught it and took it in. I remember that play very well, but
yeah, Jake had a lot of trust in me. We had some good chemistry going.
Man, let me tell you, I was just talking about Jake. Jake's a great quarterback and a great leader. And
he's outstanding.
We're very happy to have him, and we wish him good luck at the next level too. Whatever he does, he's gonna do great things in life because he's a very smart guy too. So.
Oh yeah, he's inspired me a lot. He's a guy that never gives up or quits. He always pushed the team to be better. He's a great leader.
Oh yes, sir, absolutely, and that leadership definitely showed during the BB Comer game, and then at the end of the state championship game against Fife too. I'd say that's where it really came out, because I could see him on the sidelines during the Fife game saying, hey, even though we're down, they don't give up, and they never gave up in that game. They were still trying to punch the ball in the end zone with 10 seconds left in the game. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think we've got a very good shot of being it'll be in Birmingham this year, but we'll be playing at Protective Stadium this year, I believe. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because
Vontae, I don't think you ever got to play with Vontae, our quarterback this year, but he throws a 90-something mile per hour fastball.
Oh yeah, that kid has an arm on him.
He does. I was at Cottonwood, and I watched him. He was standing in the end zone, and he hits Jake in stride at the other 39-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, that kid is something special.
Oh, he is. He's already being looked at by Major League Baseball scouts, and he's gonna do well. And Traylon, he was only a freshman last year at running back. He's gonna be. I think him and Elijah Woods are probably gonna be our running backs. They're both very young too, so. Yeah,
Elijah, he's on the next level. How young he is, he got a ton of playing time on varsity. He showed out a lot. He had some touchdowns, interceptions, big yards. That kid is different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, sorry, I'm not all that prepared today, but I was just going to talk about that, maybe like the 2021 and 2022 seasons a bit. What was your favorite moment from each of those seasons?
Probably making the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Because after coming back from a 5-5 season and not making playoffs and then losing first round playoffs, it felt good to come back stronger.
Oh yeah. And obviously moving down to 2A helped a lot, but moving back down, because 3A, we got matched up with some pretty tough teams in 3A. Montgomery Catholic and Trinity, and playing St. James is a non-region game. Those Montgomery private schools are pretty tough. So.
Oh yeah.
Which we did almost beat Trinity. I mean, they had to kick a field goal to beat us, so we had Trinity beat. And then
like playing them bigger schools, that made us a better team overall.
Oh, it does, and I'm sure you've seen our schedule this year, where every team we play out of region is a 3A school. T.R.
Oh yeah.
Miller, T.R. Miller, Dadeville, Lee Scott Academy, and Trinity are all that. All four of those are very good football teams. So
Oh yeah, Coach Johnson has a lot of faith in his team. He's not scared to play them bigger schools.
Oh no, and you can't be, because that's how you don't get better playing smaller schools than you get better playing those schools that are bigger than you.
Oh yeah.
So even if we drop a couple of those games, I mean, they're non-region games. Now it can hurt you in the end, but most likely it's not going to hurt us, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be competing for a region championship this year anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
But
they have a great team this year.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got a chance to be better, and that's the thing. We had a lot of young guys on last year's team, so.
Yeah, they got a lot of playing time, so they got a lot of experience for this coming up season.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you one that's very underrated. That's C.J. Maddox. He plays tight end and defensive end. Yeah, he's very underrated.
Oh yeah.
He made a lot of big plays. Even in the playoffs, he made a lot of big plays. But
oh yeah,
there's just a lot of young guys that are stepping up, and we got a few seniors coming back, especially on the offensive line. We got several seniors on our offensive line this year, so we're going to be young at the skill positions, but we're going to be experienced on the offensive line. But I mean, we've got experience everywhere, but
yeah.
But yeah, the trenches are where it all starts, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I played when I was playing football, was offensive line. I've actually played every position on the offensive line, so.
Oh yeah, that's where it all starts right there.
So I know. I mean, I wasn't that good or anything, but I definitely wasn't running a 4-3-3. So.
Oh yeah, you can't do nothing without the up front guys.
Oh no, but. I mean, hey, it's all a team effort, though. It's a collective effort, and
oh yeah.
But yeah, my brother has informed me that he played linebacker, which I didn't even know he played football. So, I mean, I don't know about a 112-pound linebacker, but whatever you were in high school, Sean.
I was 130.
Okay, 130-pound linebacker. That's not going to go over too well. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But anything else you would like to say, or
they've come a long way. I love me some Reeltown football. This last season, after I graduated, I made it to every game but one. So I've always support my Rebels no matter what. I'd love to come to more of the baseball games, everything, but Reeltown will always have a part of me. It's always in my heart. It's a place I'll never forget where I came from. But yeah, I love my Rebels.
Yes, sir, and that, I love the Rebels too. That's why I started this channel. Just to, I got the idea from Fife, because they have a YouTube channel, and they do something called Fife Focus. So I decided, why not? I was like, I wish Reeltown had something like that, and I was like, well, why not do it myself? So,
oh yeah.
So I'm happy to have this platform to be able to talk Reeltown athletics. Like you, I would like to make more baseball games too. I'd like to make more of the football games as well, which I'm gonna try to this year. I'm actually gonna be. Once a spot opens up, I'm gonna be coming to your department where you work at. So
yeah.
Right now I'm an overnight worker, but I'm trying to get off of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping to have those Thursdays and Fridays off so I can make the games and stuff. And there is a baseball game coming up a couple of Thursdays from now that I really want to go to, and that's when we play Saraland out of 6A.
Oh yeah,
I
love
really
to watch Vontae play.
Yeah, I want to as well. I might try to go to one when we're at home, here in a few weeks or so. But
oh yeah,
But yeah, if you want to shout out your Twitter or your Snapchat or something, go ahead. Uh,
Yeah. Let me look at it real quick.
I could type it in the chat too, or put it in
All
the
right.
description or something.
Yeah, my Twitter is cspain121.
So, oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna put it in the description.
All right. Yeah, I got a lot of my highlights and film and everything on there.
Is it like all lowercase?
The C is capital. Everything's lowercase.
C Spain 121.
Yeah.
121. All right. Is that all you want to shout out?
Yeah.
All right. That it's in the description. So now, if anybody wants to follow him on Twitter, it's in the description. You'll be able to go check him out and check out some of his highlights and retweet him and try to get his name out there a little bit more. Because, I mean, hey, he might get more opportunities.
Yeah.
And
that's all you need is one opportunity.
And that's what we want. We want to get the names of these guys out there. You saw Arthur recently got committed to Huntington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he committed to Huntington. Huntington's been picking up. I've seen their tweets all day. They've been picking up a lot of guys from the state.
Oh yeah.
But definitely seeing Arthur's name up there. Arthur's going to do great things, and Arthur Woods and Tay Martin are going to be playing on Sundays one day, I believe.
Oh yeah, those kids are something else.
Yeah, Coach Smith told me. Yeah, Coach Smith told me Tay Martin's football IQ's out of the roof too.
Oh yeah.
That he said he points out stuff on film that sometimes the coaches don't even see.
Yeah, that kid's something different.
Yeah, I'm proud of them all. I'm hoping, like, whether it's in football or other sports or just in academics, I want to see everybody do great things in life. So.
Oh yeah.
So, and
that's coming out of Reeltown.
And I'm hoping to see your name at name somewhere here in a couple of years too.
Oh yeah.
You
That's all I'm hoping for.
Oh yeah. And hopefully everybody we wish Connor luck. And we hope he's going to go on to do great things in life, no matter what it is. So I believe.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, anything else you would like to say?
I think I'm good. I don't think I got any questions or anything.
Oh yeah. Well, that would have been good to ask you if you had any questions, but yeah, I'm not. Like I said.
Appreciate this.
Oh, no problem. I'm just trying to find people to have on, and I figured I worked with you, so why not go ahead and ask you?
Yeah.
And hey, I mean, it's not like I'm just interviewing somebody random. Like, you were a key part to building us into what we are today. So, and we appreciate you for that.
I thank you for this.
Oh, no problem, man. And I do want to ask you before you go. Did you play any other sports?
I ran track.
Oh yeah. Well, you probably smoked everybody in that.
I won a couple medals. I went to state 2 years in a row. I've only been on a track team for 2 years. I went to state 2 years in a row. I got third place in the 200 meter my first year, and then I ended up getting second my second year in the 200.
Oh man, well hey, that's awesome. That's awesome, and our track program's pretty good too. We got a really good track program, and it's going to continue to be successful too. And I'm excited for all of Reeltown athletics. I believe we got a bright future in all sports. So.
Oh yeah, they put the work in all of them.
Yeah, it all starts in the weight room, and
oh yeah,
we can thank Coach Smith for that, because I think he's made a huge difference.
Oh yeah, being a part of the program, I've seen how much effort and hard work those kids put into it, how much they care about it.
Yes, sir.
They put their all into it.
And that's something that's rare these days. You don't see a lot of people willing to put in the work for a program. It's all about me. But at Reeltown, it's such a tight knit community. Like, and there's a lot of school spirit too. Like, it's not just like we don't care. Like, Yeah.
Yeah. And one of my other favorite things is the competition.
Oh yeah.
We love to compete and make each other better. On the field, when we're on the field at practice or whatever, we're trying to take each other's heads off. We're not friends on that field no more. It's all about the competition to make each other better.
Well, you know, Coach Smith invited me to come watch some practices, so I'm sure I'll see some of that when I do go and watch some practices this year.
Oh yeah, well, they don't take it light in practice.
Which I'm very excited to go watch some practices because, you know, maybe the goal, maybe they'll let me be on the radio one day too or something. I'm not sure, but.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, my goal is to go to school. I want to be a special ed teacher and football coach myself. So.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's my goal. But anyways, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you know, if you ever want to come on again, you know, just let me know. I'll try to be more prepared next time. But
I'll let you know. I'll for sure come back.
You know, anytime you want to come on and discuss Reeltown athletics or anything, like, you know, and I'm sure you can probably come watch practice anytime you want to. So, you know, maybe I'll see you at practice one day. You can come watch practice. We could discuss that or something. You know.
Oh yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on. And
you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right, go Rebels.
Go Rebels.
All right, guys. That was Connor Spain, and let me tell you, a very special player. And I can tell he's a good guy too. Like I just met him at work a few days ago, but yeah, he seems like a very good guy. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, and let me tell you, I hope he goes on to do great things. And I'm excited to be working with him whenever I do go over to his team and at work too. I'm not going to discuss where we work at because don't want to give out that information, but you know, I don't want people coming to. I mean, people come here every day, but you know, I don't want to reveal that too much. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, or I'm probably going to get off of here soon. I've almost hit the 1 hour mark today, but yeah, I think this has been a really good episode, and next week I promise I'll be more prepared. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be talking about next week, but you know, we might have another guest on or anything like that. But you know, maybe I'll have my brother on. He's a Tallahassee Tiger, so.
When's my interview?
Yeah, we'll interview a Tallahassee Tiger, Nick. Well, I don't know if you can consider him a Tallahassee Tiger. He didn't play for the team, but.
I didn't play for any teams. I can talk to you about the choir department.
Well, that's something that we fortunately don't have at Reeltown, so we don't have that yet. But let me tell you, in the future though, maybe, you know, if I ever get big with this podcast, somebody asked me at work the other day. They said, "You think you know, what if you ever start making money off the podcast?" I said, "Well, I would put every bit of it towards my school, because that's what I'm talking about." So I would put all that money towards the athletics and the academics and all that at Reeltown. And that actually makes me want to donate a little bit of money to the school. You know, become a donor or something for the school. Like donate some money here and there. Donate some every month or so. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think we got a lot of good things up and coming at Reeltown High School, and I'm very excited for the future. And you know, I basically said the same thing 47 times now, but I'm not very good at this. Okay.
We know.
Yeah, my brother said he knows.
I said we know.
Yeah, all of us know. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And once again, Connor, thank you for coming on. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody. Go